I never had the feeling of belonging anywhere, until I found myself training people on how to fight back against bullies just like me. Throughout my childhood, I was always interested in fighting, not competing in a nice clean competition, but real fighting. You know, street style, no holds barred fighting. Now, there wasn't much of an opportunity for that growing up in a small town in Sweden. So I started doing judo when I was about 16. I loved it. That's what I wanted to do for the rest of my life. I even got really good at it. And I thought to myself, okay, I'm gonna be a judo teacher when I grow up. But then I moved out of my parents' place at 18, and I got a job as a cook, which paid way better than being a judo instructor. So I quit judo, and I didn't have time to train anymore, because I was working 7 days a week, all day long. I actually enjoyed cooking. I had some awesome colleagues, and I made some really good money, but I felt empty inside. Something was missing. When I was younger, training gave me structure. It gave me confidence. It helped me focus on something outside of myself. And without that, I kind of lost myself. At 23, I woke up one morning and I thought, this is not living. This is existing. I need to change something. I need to find something else that gives me that same feeling that training gave me. So I decided to go back to judo. Now, judo wasn't the same after 4 years. I was in pretty decent shape when I stopped, but now, I was completely out of shape. I couldn't run up the stairs without being out of breath. I couldn't do a single push-up. My body felt heavy and sluggish, and everyone at the gym was so much better than me. The thing is though, I was actually better than them because of my experience. I knew techniques that they didn't know. I could break down techniques into smaller parts and explain why we're doing each part of the technique. I had a deeper understanding of the philosophy behind it, but they were faster, stronger, and more flexible than me. They were also 10 to 20 pounds lighter than me, so I couldn't even do the lightest throws without getting absolutely crushed. I was gashed out in less than 10 minutes of training. I was desperate to prove myself. I wanted to show everyone that I was still good enough, but I couldn't even make it through a full practice without tapping out. There was nothing I could do. I had to accept the fact that I was in a new reality. I was no longer good enough. I was a nobody again. You know what? In a way, it was the best thing that could have happened to me, because I had to start from zero. I had to rebuild everything that I had lost. It was humbling. It taught me discipline, and it made me work extremely hard. And after 3 years of non-stop training, I actually became really good. I was competing now, and I was traveling all around Europe. I was living the dream, or so I thought. On January 2016, I blew out my knee during a competition in Denmark. I tore my anterior cruciate ligament. They told me that if I wanted to save my knee, I would have to get surgery and then do 9 months of rehabilitation. If I didn't, I could just suck it up and try to train through it. But if I did that, there was a 99% chance that I would destroy my knee even further and I would end up in a wheelchair. So I chose to have the surgery. After the surgery, I started doing judo again. But after a few months, I realized that my knee would probably never be the same. Even though I did every exercise that the physiotherapist asked me to do, it just wouldn't get any better. So I had to stop training judo. Again, I felt lost again. I was searching for something that I couldn't quite put my finger on. Then I remembered something that I had seen online years ago. There was this Russian guy who trained people on how to fight back against bullies, and I thought to myself, well, that sounds interesting. Maybe I can help people, and maybe I can use that to travel again. So I started looking online for information. I bought books, I read articles, I watched interviews, and that's when it hit me. This is what I want to do. I want to help people become strong. Not just physically, but mentally too. I want to help them find their voice. I want to teach them how to defend themselves against anyone. Bigger, stronger opponents. I don't care. I can teach them how to use their body to their advantage. So I started training again. This time I included elements from boxing, Muay Thai, wrestling, and judo. I traveled all over Europe looking for the best coaches I could find, and I learned as much as I could. After 2 years of training, I was ready to start teaching. I opened up a small gym in a basement with one of my friends. It was far from perfect, but it was a start, and I didn't have any students for 6 months. No joke, 6 months. I was about to give up and get a normal job again. But then, out of nowhere, I got 3 students. 2 guys and 1 girl. They stayed with me for about 2 years. They competed, they won medals. We had fun together, but then they stopped showing up. I was back to square one again. I was ready to call it quits. I thought to myself, this isn't working. I can't make ends meet with this. I'm not making any money. It's not sustainable. But then I got another chance. One of my old judo teammates reached out to me and he asked if I could train his son. His son was 14 at the time and he was being bullied at school. I said, of course, and I started training him. He loved it. His whole demeanor changed. He went from being shy and insecure to confident and outspoken. And his dad was so happy with the progress that his son made that he told all of his friends about it. And those friends sent their kids to me. and then those friends told their friends, and their friends sent their kids to me, and that's how I built my business. To this day, I love what I do. Every day I get to help people become stronger, not just physically, but mentally too. I get to help them find their voice. I get to teach them how to defend themselves against anyone. And I get to do this with the best people in the world. My friends, I couldn't ask for anything more. Now, if you're watching this video, I want you to know that whatever you're going through right now is temporary. Don't ever give up on yourself. Keep pushing forward, keep believing in yourself, and one day you will find your tribe. You will find your people. You will find yourself. I promise you that. Oh, and by the way, if you want to see how I train people on how to fight back against bullies, you should definitely check out this video here. And if you haven't done so already, make sure to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any future videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.